Hello, hello, and welcome. I hope everyone is doing well today. And I just need to click a couple things, like get rid of that and bring this up. Well, all right. I think we're good. Okay, welcome. I am Terry Hartley at Rustic Born Cards, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, coming to you from Southeast Iowa. And I'm so glad that you are joining me today, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. Welcome. Today I have a quick and easy card. We're going to be using the mixed florals and the mixed labels, stamp sets, and dies. And this is the same two bundles that I'm featuring this month for my March Rustic Ink Creations Club. So we're going to make a card. It's not one of the club cards, but it's another card to inspire you using the mixed florals and the mixed labels. The mixed florals is really gorgeous. It has two beautiful floral images along with some extra images, but there aren't any sentiments. So the mixed labels has labels and sentiments that you can use to go along with the mixed florals. You will find both of these in our online store, and you can always reach out to me also. All right. Well, I wanted to let you know that this month, for some of you know, some of you may not, but this is my Stampin' Up! Anniversary month. So I'm doing a few extra special things. My club is a little extra special, which I will talk more about during Barn Chats, which is after this video well, it's during this video, but it's at the end after I make the card. And I'll talk to you about club and how it's extra. Plus, I'm giving away prizes. So how you can enter the random drawing for a prize is to leave a comment, and that's whether you're watching it live or the replay. So just leave a comment and share the video, because that really helps me to get this video out. Let me know that you've shared it. Sometimes I get notified when you share, sometimes I don't. So make sure you in the comment let me know that that you shared it, and then you'll get in two drawings for leaving a comment and sharing the video. And then everyone who places an order with me this week will also be entered in a drawing. I do have winners from last week, which I will share at the end of this video. All right. Well, I think that's enough chit chat. I also, if I don't forget, some of you are probably expecting me to be in Florida because we were planning on leaving for Florida on Sunday, but I'm still in Iowa. So, but it's all good. It's what was meant to be. So I'm going to turn the camera down and let's go ahead and get started, because you're here for stamping, not for my chatter, right? Okay. So this is the stamp set that we're using, and as I said, it has two beautiful images, and it has another floral ladybug. I'm not, I do like ladybugs. There's three actually little stamps, but right now in my craft room, it's really warm here in Iowa today, and I somehow some Asian beetles have just decided to hibernate around the ceiling lights. So let's hope they stay away from our craft table, right? And then you have this leaf here. And then there's dies that go with this. And these are the dies right here for the mixed florals. And we're going to be using this die. We're going to be using the leaf die. And we're going to be using this large die, because the stamps are a little bit larger than what it shows on the front here. And then I'm going to be using the mixed labels, which you have a label that you can stamp. And then with the dies, you also have a die that will cut that label out, some extra dies, and some extra items here. So, and then you have sentiments, which I really like these sentiments. You have happy anniversary, you have sympathy, thank you, your kindness made my day, you're pretty wonderful, for a great friend. I'm so glad we're friends. Just a note to let you know you're on my mind. You have a little image here also. We're going to use I'm so glad we're friends. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you the card that we're going to make. So here is the card. I'm kind of featuring the designer series paper. It's kind of, I mean, this is probably the focal point is the flowers, but I also think the designer series paper is a focal point too. And this is a beautiful, the mixed mixed media florals is the designer series paper that goes with this. All right, well, let's go ahead and get the card started. Let me set that up so I can see that. And let me bring in a basic white thick, and it is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4.25. And then I'll just do my phone folder. And then I'm going to bring in, Petal Pink cardstock, and this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I have designer series paper, and this is the back side, so that's really pretty too, but I kind of wanted these stripes, and so I cut the Petal Pink designer series paper 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm just going to go ahead and layer these together. So the mixed florals and the mixed label bundles is what I'm using for my March club this month. So we'll just line this up. So I'm just giving just a very small border around the designer series paper. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to add this to our card front. Now, if you're watching the replay, you can leave a comment and be in for the drawing too. So I think I'm just going to open it up this way. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't. It just depends how my cardstock is behaving. So again, I'm just going to have just like 1/8 of that basic white showing. Okay, so then we're going to lay this aside, and we're going to do some stamping. So I'm going to bring in some basic white, and you need 2 inks today, are Memento Black and Mossy Meadow. And then I am going to grab our stamp. Now this is, I think this is E block. This, yes, this is E block. We have a larger block than E. We have, it's F. So I would be able to get this entire image on block F, but I don't really necessarily need all of it. So I just went ahead and placed it on block E. But because it is a large stamp, I kind of like to put the ink to the stamp rather than the stamp to the ink. And since it is a photopolymer, I am going to grab my piercing mat. So we just get a little bit better image. Okay. And then I am just going to place this right up here and press down and then straight up. Clean this off camera real quick. All right. Now, to color, we're going to be using Mossy Meadow, BoHo Blue, Daffodil Delight, and Petal Pink. So I decided to start with the dark BoHo Blue, and you won't need to watch me do all of this, but I just wanted to do some of it. And I went over the lines of the flower that Stampin' Up! Has already given us with the dark BoHo Blue. Then I will come back with the light. And you can really here use either tip. And then if you wanted more shading, you can come back with the dark and you can add a little more shading and then bring in your light and kind of blend that together. So, and then again with the leaves, I just took the dark and I did use the bullet end just because it's just easier to cut for the leaves, I thought, to do those lines. So again, I just went over all the lines that Stampin' Up! Had given us. And then I came back with light Mossy Meadow to color in the leaves. And then the flowers, I used Petal Pink. I see I didn't grab Petal Pink, but that's okay. And then when you finish that, you're going to take your die and you'll place it right over here, and then you'll run that through the cut and emboss machine, and then you'll have your image right here. Okay, so we have that done. And then I'm going to bring in a piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock, and this die right here is an extra die, and it's in the stamp set. So I'm just going to run that through, and magically it is right here. So isn't that pretty? And then let's go ahead and bring in a scrap of basic white and Mossy Meadow. I'm going to bring in our leaf. We're just going to go ahead and ink this up. Actually, I do not want the leaf in Mossy Meadow. I think I was thinking it was sentiment. So we'll just clean this. And all good. And I'm going to grab our sentiment since we have the Mossy Meadow out. And I have used the stylish shapes, and I used the third from the largest circle die. Maybe that's the third. I want to make sure I give you the right. It doesn't seem right to me. Maybe it's third from the smallest. Nope, I did. Third from the largest circle die. And we're going to stamp. I'm so glad we're friends. I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. And we'll put that right here. Just like that. So that is done. Hi, Judy. Thank you. Yes, I think the set, it's mixed florals, is really pretty. Now we're going to come back with our leaf. But I want to make sure I have the Mossy Meadow off. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and ink this up in Memento Black. Stamp this. And then you're going to color it with, I used Daffodil Delight. And again, I use the dark, and I use that bullet in. And I just went over the lines that are already there that Stampin' Up! Has given us. And then if you wanted to make a couple a little bit darker, you could do that. And then come back with the light. And I am going to use the bullet in for the light just because these leaves are small and it's just easier, I think, to have more control with that bullet in on small images. And as you can see, this doesn't take long at all to get this leaf colored. And then we bring in the die and we just lay it right over here and run it through. And by magic, we have our leaf cut out. All right, I think we're ready to put our card together. So let's bring our card back. And we are going to start with, we have all these pieces. We have our leaf, and we have our flowers, and then we have this die cut. And I'm going to place this a little bit over to the left. And let me get my, so I am going to turn this over. And I know there isn't a lot uh, of space, but you're just going to put kind of like little dots. You want to make sure that you're trying to do it where there's a little bit of space. So I'm kind of looking, well, maybe I need one up here, down there. I think there's, and I'm just going to let that lay right there for just a few minutes. And we are going to, if you look at our card, we have this 1/8, no, 1/4 ribbon, and it's online exclusive basic white. And I have already cut some of that ribbon off. And so what we're going to do is that we're going to wrap it. We're going to make a bow, and then we're going to wrap it back like this. And that is probably way too big of a bow. So we'll just pull this. I'll just make it a little smaller. And just kind of for kind of getting how I want it to be. I think that'll work. I think this will work. So let's go ahead and cut off some of that extra. And then sometimes I like to just take a piece of tape and just kind of wrap that. Get that extra out of there. And the reason for this, because you're not going to see it, and it keeps it kind of like I want it. And then I'm going to, I think I'm going to kind of put it up so the ribbon's going this way. But I have to make sure. Now I can still cut some of the bows. I can't cut the bow, but I can still cut the end of the ribbon, I'm trying to say. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring in a glue dot. And I'm just going to add a glue dot right here on the ribbon. And get my, and I think that's going to work. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up these leaves and we're going to place them right here. Just about right there. A little bit extra glue there. All right, and now we're going to take our flowers and we're going to go ahead and pop them up on our card front. New package, a new sheet of dimensionals. And you can just kind of put these randomly. It is kind of a large flower. I think that was good. Then we'll take off the backings. All right, and then we're going to place this because we want some of this green to show. This is going to cover up some of it, of course. So I'm going to kind of look at this flower here and put it as close to the edge as I can. And I'm going to, this bottom is going to go down kind of even with the bottom of our leaf. Okay, so just like that. And if you want to bring it more over to the left, you could. Um, Now we have this leaf here, and I'm just going to kind of put this here for placement. I'm going to kind of see where I want this to be. So I want to add it just for a little bit of extra color. And I think I'll do it right here instead of, so you can still see that flower there. I could also, I don't know, I kind of like it like that. What do you think? Maybe I'll do it right there. Okay, so I am going to put a glue dot on the front of the flower. I'm going to bring my take your pick tool in. Okay, well, that flung off somewhere. We'll find that later. And then I'm going to place it right here on the leaf. And then I am going to, that way I have it attached. Okay, so then I can turn that over. And I'm going to add a glue dot down here. And we can add a little adhesive on that leaf to make sure that that stays if we want to. I'm not going to add any up here because I kind of want it to kind of sway, but we'll add some right there. And now we're ready to I'm going to put up a little bit higher because I have to make sure that my There we go. We want to make sure that our bow is going to be on the card, right? So we can still trim, do a little trimming. There we go. Now let's bring some embellishments in. These are the low profile dots. They are so pretty. You have gold and like petal pink. So what color should I use? Gold or petal pink, do you think? I used pink on this card, and so I could use pink on this card, or I could use the gold. Yeah, I agree. I think we should maybe use the gold since we used petal pink. And you have small and large of the petal pink and small and large of the gold. I think I'm going to use the sticky and then just slide that up. And all right. So again, like I said, this is a quick and easy card. I really think it's pretty with all the layers. I like, we layered it with the Mossy Meadow leaves. Then we layered it with the flowers, and then by adding that leaf in there. So, yeah, so I hope you like this quick and easy card using mixed florals and mixed labels. All right, well, it is time for Barn Chats. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and if you're on Facebook, give me a like and follow. I really appreciate that. So Barn Chats is just where I use the last few minutes for more casual. So today I'm going to talk to you about my March club. I'm going to give away prizes from last week and tell you why I'm not in Florida. All right. Well, so barn chats, I'm going to leave it down just for a second because I want to show you. So March is my anniversary month. So I want to show you my March club, and it is featuring the mixed labels and the mixed florals. Um, you'll receive some dots and some ribbon. And this month, normally my club, you receive 6 cards, 2 of 3 designs, but this month there's 11 make and takes, 11 cards. You'll get 2 of 4 designs, and then you'll have 1 of 3 designs. And this month, Stampin' Up, the product is about $27 of Stampin' Up product, because I'm also throwing a special thank you gift for every March club member. So here are, some of the cards, and there's in the description, there's some information about that. It is a special price, $39. That does include shipping, and you do need to sign up by March 15th. All right. So let me go ahead and give out prizes for last week. And remember, to enter for the random drawing, you need to leave a comment, and you can also share this video, and everyone who places an order with me this week will be in for the random drawing too. So last week, congratulations to Judy Poole of Iowa for being the winner of the random drawing of leaving a comment on my video. And you're going to get this package of pastel pearls sent to you. And then I have a package of the black and very vanilla ribbon. And congratulations to Becky Moore for sharing my video. And Becky's in Nebraska, and you'll get this sent to you. And then for placing an order with me. The random winner of the drawing for placing an order with me last week was Renee Wilson of Tennessee. And you will receive this full pack of Designer Series paper 6x6 T Boutique. All right, so I shipped off my monthly card class today, and that was the black and white cards with a pop of color. So those people that purchased those went out today. Next Tuesday, I will be sharing how to make those cards, and then you still have an opportunity to place an order with me next week, and you will receive uh, a kit to make one of each of those 4 cards. So, all right. And then my April card class, monthly card class, is going to be using terrific toadstools. And there'll be more information coming about that. All right. Well, I think the only thing I have left, I don't see any questions for me to answer. So some of you know that I was going to go to Florida on Sunday, and we had our tickets and everything was set up, transportation when we arrived. But anyway, unfortunately, so first of all, my husband's had some health issues, so we got all of his doctor appointments done, but there was one test left that he didn't have set up yet. So that was one reason, because health is more important than, than traveling. Although I do like to travel, but still health is important. And then a while back, I had a spider bite on my foot that I had an allergic reaction to. And it's much better now, but it's not completely uh, healed. So I guess those two things together, we just felt like maybe it wasn't the right time to go on our trip. So even though I'm kind of sad in my heart, I know that it was the right decision. So it's all good. I did have, lost a little bit of money, but I did have some insurance on that. So we got some of that as a voucher that we can use the next time that we went to travel. So it's all good. But anyway, so that is why. But I think this weather yesterday and today has been beautiful here in Iowa. So it's almost like Florida weather. So it's all good, right? Okay, well, thank you for being here. I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards, and I will see you next Tuesday. Have a wonderful week. Take care, and bye for now.